In the sleepy town of Maplewood, where the biggest news is usually who won the pie baking contest, a tiny gray squirrel named Nutty turned a dull Tuesday into a caper so wild it's still the talk of the town and the internet. Forget Ocean's 11. This is the unbelievable true story of how one bushy-tailed bandit broke into a bank, outsmarted security, and pulled off a heist that left jaws on the floor. It's not just a cute animal tale. It's a robbery saga starring the unlikeliest criminal mastermind the world has ever seen. And you'll never guess what this squirrel stole. Buckle up for the wildest true story you've heard all year, because Nutty's adventure is about to blow your mind. Maplewood was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, and Nutty was already a local celebrity. With his tufted ears and a tail that flicked like a metronome, he'd been spotted raiding bird feeders, stealing crumbs from picnics, and once even snagging a kid's ice cream cone right out of his hand. "That squirrel's got no shame," folks would chuckle, shaking their heads. But no one, not the old-timers at the diner, not the kids on their bikes, not even the town's amateur wildlife photographer could have dreamed Nutty was destined for something bigger, much bigger. It all went down at the Maplewood Community Bank, a quaint brick building with ivy on the walls and a reputation for sleepy reliability. Inside, the day was humming along, tellers counting crisp stacks of cash, customers chatting about the weather, security cameras whirring softly. A window near the back had been cracked open to let in the crisp autumn breeze, and that's when Nutty saw his chance. With a twitch of his whiskers, he scampered up the ivy like a furry Spider-Man, squeezed through the gap, and landed on the polished floor with a tiny thud. Customers barely glanced at the little intruder darting between their feet after all. Who cares about a squirrel in a bank? But Nutty wasn't there to play. He had a mission, even if he didn't know it yet. The bank's vault door, a hulking steel giant, was slightly ajar, a rare mistake after a cash delivery that morning. Nutty, with the agility of a ninja and the boldness of a seasoned thief, leapt onto a teller's counter, knocking over a cup of pens. "Hey!" shouted Jenny, the head teller, as Nutty snatched a pen in his tiny paws and bolted toward the vault area. The room erupted in gasps and giggles. Surely this was just a funny little moment, right? Wrong. Nutty wasn't messing around. CCTV footage later showed his daring move. He squeezed through the narrow gap in the vault door like it was a playground tunnel. Inside, the air was cool and metallic, stacks of cash and safety deposit boxes gleaming. But Nutty didn't care about money. His beady eyes locked onto something far better, a stash of chocolate coins left from a kid's financial literacy event, wrapped in shiny gold foil that sparkled like pirate treasure. To Nutty, this was the score of a lifetime. He grabbed one coin in his paws, then another, dragging them out and leaving a trail of crinkled wrappers across the vault floor. Back outside, chaos erupted. "Get that squirrel!" Jenny yelled, rallying her coworkers. But Nutty was a blur of gray fur. He zipped under desks, leapt over chairs, and dodged a janitor's broom with acrobatic flair. One teller, Mike, lunged to grab him, only to trip and send paper clips flying. Customers whipped out their phones, filming as Nutty darted back and forth, a chocolate coin now clenched triumphantly in his teeth. The bank manager, Mr. Thompson, stormed out of his office, red-faced and shouting, "This is a bank, not a zoo!" But Nutty didn't care. He was in his element. The heist hit its peak when Nutty spotted his escape, that same open window. With the grace of a parkour champ, he raced across the counter, leapt onto a potted plant, and soared through the air, landing on a tree branch outside with his prize still in his mouth. The janitor's broom missed by inches as Nutty vanished into the foliage, leaving behind a scene of stunned silence and scattered wrappers. By the time police arrived, called by a flustered Mr. Thompson, Nutty was long gone, probably munching his loot high in an oak tree. The aftermath was pure Maplewood magic. The story hit the local paper, then exploded online, with clips of Nutty's escapade racking up millions of views. Locals dubbed him the Squirrel Bandit, and the nickname stuck. Experts marveled at his smarts. "Squirrels are natural problem solvers," said Dr. Ellen Carter, a wildlife biologist. "But this is next level." The bank turned it into a PR win, selling Nutty the Bandit t-shirts and donating the proceeds to a shelter. Nutty's still spotted around town, scampering along fences, eyeing picnic baskets with that sly glint. Some say he's plotting his next score, maybe the bakery's cookies. One thing's clear: Nutty's not just a squirrel, he's a legend who turned a sleepy bank into the stage for Heist.